everybody, and welcome back to Yoga with Anna, our slow flow reset with me, your Self Care Doula, and welcoming Sandy, who has joined us from her backyard.
That's right. Sorry, I just spoke over you, Anna. I didn't know who was talking first. I decided that today I needed a little bit of nature in my life, and the sun is shining and the birds are singing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do yoga from home today and kill two birds with one stone.
Awesome.
I'm not really going to be killing any birds, but for doing this midweek reset with us like we do every Wednesday at 1:00 as a way to reconnect with the community, remind everybody that you still have half the week ahead if you haven't gotten all those things done off your to-do list, right? And this is when we can kind of reground and recenter to tackle the rest of the week. So thank you for being here for us every week at the chapel. And Anna's going to be holding space for us for the book club on October 22nd. Thank you for bringing that back to 27th. Thank you for bringing that back for us. And then I know I'm going to be getting the schedule up, I swear to God, hopefully by the end of this week for what we're doing for our Friday night groups for the rest of the year. And I know Anna will be doing her yoga nidra. I forget what the date is off the top of my head.
It's in November.
Okay, so you got time to prepare for that. This Saturday at the Soul Saturday service, we have Lenore coming, of course, from the famous Elements Night at the Phoenix Landing every Thursday. This night has been going on for 25 years.
Amazing.
So she is a dedicated DJ, and I guess she's actually not going to be doing drum and bass. I heard she's going to be bringing all vinyl, and there's going to be a lot of disco and some vintage stuff that she hasn't played in a really long time. So this is going to be a chance to catch Lenore kind of stepping outside of her comfort zone, as we love to do at the church, right, Anna?
Yep. We'd love to do that. Love it.
Yeah, we love to. So that's what our Friday night group is all about, though, right? Like kind of stepping outside of the box to talk about what it means to heal in community.
Yeah.
So that is by the members for the members. We all take turns holding space. This past Friday was actually super fun. I loved our movie night. It had been a long time since we did just a chill movie night. Everybody was on the floor eating popcorn. We had an awesome talk about consciousness and just what that means, in this crazy evolving multiverse that we are just a little tiny speck of, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, Anna, what else is happening? How are you feeling today?
Good. Let's see. You covered the Saturday, and this Friday we're having Matt. Did you mention Matt?
Oh yeah, Matt's actually going to be here 2 evenings this week. He'll be at the chapel tonight from 6:30 to 7:30 for the midweek vibe check, which is sound healing and breath work. And then on Friday, he's going to be hosting a little, I guess it's going to be a bit like a manifestation, gratitude focused breath work and sound healing session.
Yes.
So I don't know if there'll be journaling.
Gratitude to manifest your dreams. And we all need that.
I love that.
Yeah.
We do.
So talking about the book circle, don't worry I believe we're getting together on a Sunday, the 27th from 11 to 1, potluck. So bring your nibbles. And don't worry about not having the book or we don't remember where we left off. We will be guiding you. And what's awesome is that today, what came in for me to talk about, are you ready for me to speak, Sandy?
Ready.
Is I started speaking about how we are taught to think that the grass is greener on the other side. Isn't that interesting? When we're in a place where we're not comfortable, we don't like our situation, we begin to think, our mind starts to tell us, oh, if I had this, or if I had this, my life would be so much better. If I was on the other side, if I was with this person, my life would be better. So when we come to this place, yeah, Sandy? I thought you were going to
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything, love.
Oh, okay. So when we come to this place of, the exaggerated, I guess, story could be we're in this middle of this tornado, and the chaos is happening all around us. And at one point, we are part of that chaos. Our mind begins to tell us that having something or creating another life would, in the way that we want it, would be better to make our situation better. Or if I had more money, or if I uh, got that lottery ticket, or if I was with this partner, my life would be so much better. Or if we had two parents in the household, our lives would be so much better. There's a lot of things that when we are in this place of discomfort, anger, sadness, our mind begins to go outside of ourselves and create these thoughts that our life would be so much better if we had something. What is that called? It's called grasping. We're grasping at the things we don't have. That's very, very different than manifesting your dreams and saying you did want financial abundance. That's completely different than what I'm speaking of here. What I'm speaking of here is not manifesting what we want, but in order to get to that manifestation of where we want to be, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The green grass begins with us, and the greener grass is with us. How does that happen? Well, aparigraha, which is one of the yamas, is non-grasping, right? So grasping for the things that we cannot grasp. It's just beyond our grasp and we can't seem to get a grip of it. There might be resistance there. There's a reason why in life the grasping isn't happening. You're grasping at something that's not there. So within the yamas and niyamas, and we may have covered this, it's called aparigraha. Aparigraha is non-possessiveness, non-greed, or non-grasping. So when we're in this place, that's where the reflection begins to, instead of focusing on what's outside of us, focusing on what's inside of us. We're unhappy, we're sad, we're frustrated, we're angry, and someone else is maybe contributing to this, but really, it all begins with you. The grass is greener on our side when we begin to do the work and work on ourselves and change the perception or your mindset of where the grass is greener or how you're going to change that. Gandhi, I can't remember his name now. Mahatma Gandhi Mahatma Gandhi said, "You are the change in the world. To be the change in the world begins with you." So if we were recording this, then I would ask for a cut, but Mahatma Gandhi said that, right? You are the change begins with you. So, and that's really what the truth is that, and I can give an example. When I was in a place where I was going through a lot of difficult things and my life had completely changed. I was grasping for things that I thought would make my life better. If I had this would make my life better. And the truth is that became an opportunity. If I wasn't in that situation or if I wasn't in this place of chaos, where would the opportunity be? The opportunity is to begin to look at yourself and notice the things that you're grasping for, where the resistance is and why. And that is because it all points back to you, your heart, who you are. So we begin to come to a place of gratitude. It begins with appreciating where you are. Not, if I had this, my life would be so much better. But the truth is, even the most basic of things, the water we drink, the warm sheets that are in our cozy bed, the food on the table, the fact that we have clean water to drink, that we're in a safe place, that our children are safe. Those are the kind of things that come into focus when everything else is falling apart. There's something that is right there inside of you that you can be grateful for. Grateful for your children, grateful for that smile. And that begins to open a whole new world. That the grass is not greener on the other side, that truly the grass is greener where we stand, and it begins with us and our heart. So we're the change, right? We can only change ourselves. In changing ourselves, we can begin to slowly, gradually change the things around us in the way that we want to build our lives in a better way. So that's what came in today. And I feel that, a lot of us do that. I mean, I think that we're raised to hear those things. Oh, the grass is greener on the other side, right? There's something better for you on the other side. So let's begin to enrich our own grass and give it its nutrients and be in this grateful place of where we are, where we can begin to see the grass and the beautiful changes that happen when we begin to do the work. When we begin to look at ourselves as opposed to blaming other people or not taking responsibility for our actions, our intentions, and putting the right intentions out there, right? So yoga helps us to take a look at that. The yamas and niyamas is a perspective of how we can improve our lives, how we can lead ourselves out of the suffering that we're feeling when we're in the center of a tornado of chaos, right? So the path of yoga to unify the mind, body, and spirit is a path out of suffering. It's not a cure. It's to help us endure what we cannot change. Sometimes there are things we cannot change. So how can we have ourselves come to a better place? And I know that there's different situations out there, and there's different ways to look at things. But in the bigger picture, taking a look of what is in your heart, that gratitude that's in your heart. So let's take a moment here to ground ourselves in and begin to come to our breath, to remind ourselves that we are the greener grass. Softening your gaze or closing your eyes and beginning to come to your breath. Without changing anything, just noticing how you're breathing. Maybe you're noticing your heartbeat. So wherever you are, begin to feel the earth beneath you, whether it's underneath your feet, underneath your seat. And then begin to feel yourself get taller and taller by lengthening the crown of the head towards the sky. I'm going to invite you to visualize something for yourself. And I'm going to have you tap into a joyful memory, a loving memory. So from your heart and noticing how you're feeling today, take your mind and your heart to a place of someone's smile, someone's eyes looking back at you, maybe your pet, thinking of someone that brings you that joy into your heart, or a situation or a place. Maybe it's on top of a mountain, and feeling that bliss and freedom, taking a look at the landscape. Whatever the memory is, or that joyful visualization that you're creating, what I really invite you to tap into is the joy that it brings into your heart, the love that you feel when you see that person that you love smile back at you, or the eyes of the person across from you that you tap into that joy with, or just the memory of what you're creating, of what you're thinking. And tapping into that joy and love, taking the breath in as you're doing that. And as you feel the joy and love of this memory, this person, your pet, begin to notice how it makes your body feel. Feeling the joy, feeling the warmth, feel it vibrate through your body. Maybe it's a song that brings you joy. Even the vibration of a memory of a sound vibration can bring joy to your heart. You're still breathing in and out slowly. Feeling the joy and the love surround your body. Feeling that warmth wash over you. To know that that memory, the sensations that you're feeling with that joy and that love can be tapped into at any time. And then coming into a place of gratitude for that person, that memory, that beloved pet, your grandchildren, your children. Feel the love that that brings to you. And that feel that love become expansive. Feel it in your heart center. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale it out. And continue to feel the flow of breath through the joy and love that you're feeling. With that, coming to a place of gratitude for what you've just thought of and felt and created. And with that gratitude and the sensations that you're feeling at this moment, begin to think even of the littlest things you are grateful for. Grateful for our senses, that we can smell, that we can taste. Grateful we have a bed. Grateful our children are at school learning and giving us maybe some space to breathe for a moment. Gratitude for maybe that break in the week that we need to reset ourselves. Gratitude for the car that takes you around. And these are things that we are grateful for. And then let's bring that gratitude into ourselves to be grateful for a grateful heart, our feet, grateful for our feet that carry us and work hard every day. As we begin to send love to ourselves, grateful for the legs that carry us, grateful for the body that we have, even when we feel it's not working well. Grateful for our voices, Grateful for the breath that we can take in to fill our bodies. And grateful for the things that we can feel. We can sense. Grateful for that intuitiveness. Grateful for our hands, that they can hold things, that they can reach for something to bring into your body, that they can hug someone. This is called being very, very present with where you are, with yourself, and who you are. That you are grateful for so many things. Feel how much lighter you feel. Feel how much love you feel. I'm going to invite you now to gently begin to roll the shoulders. You can release the hands and bring some movement to the arms. Continuing to breathe nice and deep as you begin to move the shoulders, and then maybe bring those shoulders up to the ears as you breathe in and slide them down as you breathe out. And then maybe opposite direction, bringing them up and forward, up and forward, and releasing the arms. Let's extend the hands next to our bodies, extend the fingertips, lengthen through the crown. And then walk the hands forward in front of you, gently hinging at the hips and lengthening through the crown. Take a little bow. Nice deep breath in and exhale it out. Walk the hands back. Arms by your sides. Ground that left palm in. Right arm comes up and over. And then switch sides. Grateful for movement and that we can move our bodies. All right, so from here, let's release the legs if you haven't already and shake them out. And let's come to a tabletop position. Let's take those shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, and feet are also about hip distance apart. Let's begin to move the body here by cat-cowing. On the inhale, the abdomen's going to drop down towards the earth, and you're going to take the gaze up to the sky. Tilting the tail. On the exhale, the chin's going to move towards the chest. You're going to round in and tuck the tail. Inhale, extend into cow pose. Exhale, round in into cat pose. Continue with your breath, syncing the movement as you inhale and exhale. And then come back to center. From here, extend the arms forward and then shift the hips back just as far as it's comfortable for you. Let the heart melt down. If the head comes down to the mat, you can lower it all the way down to feel that support or ground it into a block or a pillow. Nice deep breaths here and long exhales. On the next breath, we're going to shift the body forward and take a little grounded up dog, pressing ourselves away from the mat, arching the spine. Inhale, shift the hips back towards the heels. lowering all the way down or as far as it's comfortable for you. Walk the hands back towards the knees, sitting on your heels. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lower the arms, ground that left palm, right arm up and over. Inhale, switch sides. And exhale, left arm over left ear. And then gently floating that arm down. Inhale, both arms up. Tap the fingers, flip the palms, reach behind you, interlace the fingers, open up the heart here, bring those shoulders back. Feel the wrists reach down towards the earth, maybe taking the gaze up to the sky. So again, if this doesn't feel good, just reaching back is just fine. Nice deep breath in, take the chin towards the chest slowly. Draw the shoulders away from the ears as you reach those wrists back. Bring the gaze back to center and then up towards the sky. Release the bind. Arms come back up. Palms touch. Bring that gratitude to heart. All right, so from here, we're going to gently bring those palms up again. Bring them arms parallel to your head and reach for the elbows. So you can reach for the elbows or the forearms. Gently arch over to the left side. Ground that right hip. And then come back to center. Arch over to the right side. Come back to center and release the arms. Bring them into cactus. Inhale, elbows together. Exhale, bring those elbows back out. Press the heart forward. Inhale, arms come up, hips come up off the heels, and then lower the arms in front of you. Come back to your tabletop. Curl the toes under. Shift the hips back. Give your toes a nice little stretch. So here we're giving some love to our feet, some love to our legs, our joints. Everything's getting loved on right now. You see, that's why you want to watch this show. Walk the hands forward. Arch your spine, take a little up dog. And if you want, you can lift the knees by tucking your toes. Then drop the knees, shift the hips back towards your heels. Take that bow. Tent the fingers, reach the wrist forward, melt the heart. Nice deep breath in and out, even through the mouth if that's more comfortable for you, or just let it go through the mouth. Let go of anything that you're grasping. Release the hands, plant the palms on the mat, a little shift side to side. So still in that bow position, shifting side to side, just kind of swaying, and then gently walk the hands back. Come back to your tabletop. Uncurl the toes, extend that right leg back. Point the toes down. And then we're going to bend the knee and circle the hip. Opposite direction, about 3 to 5 rotations. And then extend that leg long. Take a peek up your top of the mat. Extend that leg long, toes point down. And then from here, we're going to take that right leg and shift it to the left side. So over. And we're going to press through the heel. If it feels good, you can drop to the forearms and press. And actually, let's come down to the forearms and then bring that leg back. Find your tabletop, adjust your arms, taking the forearms down. We're going to come into a dolphin. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, shift the hips back. Drop the knees. Hands come back underneath the shoulders. And we're back at our tabletop. Extend left leg. Toes point down, bend the knee, circle the hips. So our foot's flexed. You could even give the ankle a little rotation if you'd like. Do what works for you. Do what feels good to you. So honor your body wherever your body is today. Extend that leg long. Toes point down, and then we're going to bring that leg to the right side body and press through the heel. Once again, we can come down to our forearms and shift the hips back, press through the heel. Shift forward, bring that leg back, and even out the knees, about hip distance apart. We're going to come back to our dolphin. So forearms are down, spread the fingers nice and wide, and we're going to lift the hips just like in down dog, but through our forearms. Nice deep breath. Lift the heels higher, bend the knees, switch the gaze, bring the knees down, find your tabletop. All right, coming back down and realigning, take a nice deep breath, and right arm comes up to the sky. Exhale, weave that arm through, drop the shoulder, threading the needle. Right shoulder comes down, right temple comes down, extend that right arm. And then extend that left arm forward. A little shift in micro movements with the hips just to notice where you're feeling that stretch. And then holding the movement right where you want to feel that stretch a little bit deeper. Breathe through it. Option here to take that left hand and bring it behind your back. You can stay right here if you'd like. Or you can take this into a balancing pose. I won't get too fancy. That left hand is going to come and support you probably just about in front of your face or underneath that shoulder, that left shoulder, and then we're going to lift that left leg up. You can point the toes, flex, and even rotate the ankle if it feels good to you. Pull the navel in, stay nice and strong. You got this. And it's okay to stay right where you are with both knees down. Do what works for you, and then we're going to bring that leg back down. Inhale, release that right arm, reach it back up, and find your tabletop. Again, realign. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, weave it through, left shoulder drops, left temple down, extend that right arm forward, shift the hips back. Breathe nice and deep into the back of that shoulder. If it feels good. So you can stay right where you are without moving and just breathing here. Or if you want to bring your right arm up behind you, you can either take it to the low back or you can reach as far as it will go and open up the front of that right shoulder. And sometimes I like to grab my shirt so I can get a little better grip. If you're going to go into the balancing pose, you can release that right arm, bring it back in front of you, just underneath the shoulder. From here, even out the weight distribution and lift that right leg up towards the sky. Bring back that leg slowly. Ground yourself and press all the way back up. Inhale, that left arm will rise and then bring it back down. Readjust your tabletop. Circles with the hips. Let's take them around the world. Round and around. Both directions. And then come back to center, curl the toes under, Lift the hips up, come to your downward facing dog. Press the heart towards the thighs. And breathe. Walk your dog. And then we're going to walk our feet to meet our hands at the top of the mat. Take a forward fold. Release the hands, release the arms. Notice if you're holding on to anything. Let gravity do the work so that you can release through gravity, lengthening through the crown. Let the arms go, and if it feels good or you're feeling some tension in the neck and shoulders, maybe a roll of the shoulders. From here, let's take the hands to the shins, lengthen through the crown for your half lift. Take a nice deep breath in, tilt the tail, pull the navel in, draw those shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice deep breath in again, and exhale, forward fold. While here, you're welcome to shift the weight into the front of the feet. So that'll feel a little bit more comfortable as your head draws down towards the earth. Then shift the weight back to even out the weight through your feet. Press through the feet and then gentle roll all the way back up. Let the arms loose, shoulders loose. And find your mountain pose, feeling nice and tall. Inhale, arms come up. Touch the palms together, gently reach back and lift those quads up, tone the legs, reach back, press the hips forward. Exhale, palms together or swan dive down for your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins for your half lift. And exhale, plant the palm, right foot steps back, then left foot steps back, take plank or modified plank. Tuck the elbows, stay nice and lifted, or drop the knees and still stay nice and lifted, come all the way down. We're going to sweep the heart forward, come to an up dog, press to a down dog, walk your dog, walk the feet to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins for your half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, heel toe the feet out to the width of the mat. All right, so we're going to come into a squat. So Malasana squat, or Malasana, is shifting the hips down and coming into a squat, hands at the heart center. So if this isn't accessible, you can just squat as low as is comfortable for you. Sometimes if you have blocks and you're coming into a squat, stacking blocks and finding your seat on a block, or maybe you have a little ottoman or something that you can squat in front of, but something to support your bottom. All right, so from here, that right palm is going to ground in. You're going to open up to the left side, so that left arm is going to come up. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, switch sides, ground that left palm. Right arm is going to come up. Gently bring that right palm down. And then feel that tuck of the shoulders, lift the gaze. So the tuck actually of the arms underneath the thighs to shift forward. Lift the heels. Ground the heels. So if this isn't comfortable, stay in your squat. Sway side to side. Ground the hands again. Open up right side. And Lower that arm, left side opens. Right, left arm comes up and float it back down. From here, press those hips back up, heel toe the feet back to hip distance and forward fold. That's it. All right, so find what's comfortable for you. I know that that position isn't easy for everyone. Do what's comfortable for you. Just because I'm doing something that's a little bit more challenging doesn't mean that you can't honor your body where you are, doing what's comfortable for you. Hands on the shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms. Another deep breath in. Step it back with that right foot. We're in a lunge. Take the gaze forward. So we're just pressing through the heel here, pulling the navel in, and breathing. Extend that front leg, take the forehead towards the knee. Shift the knee forward, stack it over the ankle. Front foot's going to step back. Take a modified plank. Shift your hips back, uncurl the toes. Inhale, shift forward. Take a grounded up dog. Curl the toes under, find your down dog. Or you can chaturanga if you want to chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heels high, bend the knees, switch the gaze between the hands, walk the feet to meet the hands, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, hands on the shins for your half lift, tilt the tail, lengthen through the crown, pull the navel in, and take another deep breath in, reverse swan dive, palms touch, palms come to heart. Inhale, palms rise, take a look at those thumbs, reach back. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down or palms together. Inhale, hands on the shins for your half lift. Exhale, left foot's going to step back. We're in that lunge. So try to give yourself a little space here by maybe scooting that back leg further back, tucking that right knee underneath the right shoulder. So you're just gently feeling the hips here and breathing. One more breath, press through that back heel, and then extend that front leg, take the forehead towards the knee. Tuck the chin, and you'll see that maybe you'll be able to reach a little bit closer as you tuck the chin in. Release, ground those palms, bracketing that front foot, bring that front foot back. Find your plank or modified plank. Press to your down dog. Inhale, heels high, bend the knees and hover. Drop the knees, come all the way down to your mats. So I want to give you a couple options here. If you're dealing with low back pain, we're going to get into Cobra here. So with the legs together are going to compress the low back. If there's low back pain, I recommend separating the feet and taking them to about the width of the mat, or just a comfortable separation of the feet. This is going to release the compression in the low back, allowing you to enjoy the posture a little bit more and with less pain. Nice deep breath, tuck the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the elbows close to the body, chin to the mat. Nice deep breath in, tone the legs, press through the toes, press the toes into the mat, slide the heart forward, take the shoulders back. There's your Cobra. Breathe normally and lower. So I'm going to do it both ways. For now, bring your arms by your side. Take the left cheek to the mat. Bring in that gratitude for your heartbeat. Feel it. Hands come back underneath the shoulders. Chin comes back to the mat. Find that position for your legs that's comfortable for you. Nice deep breath in. Pull the quads up, tone the legs, press all 10 toes in, tuck the elbows. Nice deep breath in. Slide the heart forward as you lift the chest up. Nice deep breath in and exhale, lower. Right cheek to the mat, arms by your side. Bend the knees, windshield wiper side to side. So you can also bring your hands in front of you to rest your forehead if that's what you need. Give yourself what you need. You can do circles with your legs if you want. Twirl the ankles. And then float the legs back down. I'm going to do a back strengthener. Arms by your side. We're going to do full locust. Chin comes back to the mat. Arms by your side. And on the in-breath, we're going to lift everything off the mat. Nice deep breath in. Inhale. Everything lifts. Legs lift. Arms lift. Everything lifts higher, 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 higher. And exhale, lower. Everything left cheek to mat. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper if you like. And lower down. Chin comes back to center. Nice deep breath in. Everything lifts. Arms lift, legs lift. Reach, reach, reach back. Shoulders back. And gently lower. Right cheek to mat. All right, hands come underneath the shoulders. Chin comes back. Tuck the toes under and gently lift yourself up. Shift the hips back. Option here, you can come into a child's pose. You can take the knees to the width of the mat. Let the toes touch and lower your heart towards the mat. Ground your third eye. Palms can come together here. Lengthen the arms forward. Shift the hips back. And then bend the elbows. Bring those prayer hands behind your head, between the shoulder blades, or back of the neck, wherever they go, and then walk those elbows forward. Shift the hips back. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Release the hands and gently walk the hands back towards your knees and shift forward back to tabletop. Curl the toes under. Find your down dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, switch the gaze, and walk your feet to meet your hands forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, and exhale. We're going to plant the palms, step it back with that left foot. We're going to take the hands, walk the hands to the center, to the left side, and then we're in a wide-legged stance. And we're in a wide-legged forward fold. Shift the weight forward, towards the toes. Tone the legs, lift the quads. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders, gently lift, and bend into that right knee, walking the hands towards the right side. So you're giving yourself a little abductor stretch. And then option here, if you want to take it into a balancing pose, you can by lifting the hands up off the floor and taking the hands to heart. All right, we're going to switch sides. Walk the hands to the left side. Give yourself that abductor stretch. Parallel the foot to the outer edge of the mat, the top of the mat. Again, you're going to take it into a balancing and gently lower. Shift back to center. Take that forward fold again. And then walk the hands back to the top of the mat, pivoting that right foot. Let that front foot step back. Drop the knees down. Shift the hips back. Walk the hands towards your knees, lifting up the body, sitting on your heels. Shift the weight or your hips to the left side or right side. Swing your legs around and find the center of your mat. Hands behind you, windshield wiper, side side. All right, little balancing pose, find your boat pose. So find the front and the backs of the sits bones. You can rock it out here, just so. You can even tap the toes. I got a hack for you though if you have blocks. If you have blocks and are challenging yourself to lift your legs, yeah, I like them wide. So you can place them in front of your feet and then you can use the blocks to lift the feet. You're not cheating, you're just assisting. And position them in a place where they're comfortable, where you're finding the balance of the sits bones. And then maybe from there, you can ground the feet or you can even assist your legs. If you want to extend the legs, give yourself that challenge, reaching. Heart forward, navel pulls in, and then lower the legs. And then we come down to our backs. So option here to take it slow or find yourself back on your mat. Take the knees to chest. Rock side side. You can place your hands on your knees for knee circles. And then we're going to stimulate some meridians in the feet. So if this is accessible to you, we're going to come into happy baby. But instead of, if you can reach your feet, instead of reaching for the outsides of the feet, you're going to peace finger your toes. This is my favorite way to bind with my feet, taking those peace fingers and placing them between the big toe and the middle toe and grasping the toe. From here, you can come into your happy baby. So when you place the fingers in this position, you're stimulating some meridians that are in your feet just by doing this. Okay? So even if you find some stability here, you're benefiting by toe grasping just by stimulating some meridians there. Take your rock it out. Extend your legs if you want. Extend one after the other if you'd like, or just find your stillness. And then release, take a full body stretch. Arms over the head, extend the legs long. Reach for that right knee to chest. Flex both feet, lengthen through that left leg. And then let's take a twist. Take that right knee to the left side, extend that right arm, and then take the gaze over to the right side. Come back to center, gently squeeze in. Take a full body stretch. Reach for that left knee, flex both feet, tuck the chin, lengthen through that right leg. And then take your twist, guide that left knee to the right side body, extend that left arm. gazing to the left side. Come back to center. So notice how you're feeling now. Squeeze in, take a full body stretch. And then arms by your side, bend the knees, and windshield wiper side to side. And then walk feet towards your buttocks. We're going to inhale and lift the hips high. So make sure that the feet are about hip distance apart. Don't turn your head while you're doing this. Keep your head nice and straight. And what you're going to do is when you lift the hips, the chest is going to reach towards the chin. Nice deep breath in, lift the hips high, going into bridge pose, and then let those arms float over your head. On the exhale, float everything back down. Inhale, lift the hips high, arms over the head, let the chest travel towards the chin, and then lower everything back down. Inhale, let's do that again. And then gently lower everything down. Arms by your side, legs up to the sky. Again, you can support yourself. And then when you're ready, floating the legs down. Finding the most comfortable position for you. In your final resting pose, Shavasana. Feeling amazing for everything you just did. All the gratitude that you brought to your mat, you can take with you off your mat. And know that the grass is not greener on the other side because it's fully green on your side. Let the toes fall open. So I'm going to come out of Shavasana, and you guys can stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like, or I'm going to gently begin to bring back movement by wiggling your toes and your fingers. Maybe taking a full body stretch and bringing your knees into chest and rolling over to your right side. When you're ready, gently pressing back up, joining me and seated with the hands at the heart center. To seal class today, please join me in bringing our prayer hands to our third eye. It's a reminder to think kind thoughts and to know that those thoughts are your thoughts and creating the greenest grass on your side. So speaking kindly to yourself, to your lips, to speak kind words. Most importantly, to speak those kind words to yourself and then to your hearts as a reminder to live life fully with love, joy, gratitude, compassion, courage, and lots of grace. From my heart to yours. I take a deep bow of gratitude to all of you. Thank you for joining me here today. Remember, the grass is green on your side, not the other. You have the power to do that. Namaste.